G'day guys, welcome to Sumo's Projects and welcome to this 2020 woodworking shop tour. Let's get going. So here we have my 12-inch axial glide Bosch miter saw, compound miter saw. I've had this for a couple of years now. It's an absolute delight to have. It's never let me down, and I don't think I've really had to even put it back in the square. It's out of the box, was just about perfect. So this is a go-to. One of the things I did do, it did come with a stand, so I progressively went about, and I've got a video on making a platform for it to sit on. It's mobile on casters, and it just does the job. On closer inspection, I've got a light in here. This helps a lot. It's probably not good for this camera angle, but I've basically got a shop vac running through, as we can see, and that leads up to... There's a shop vac that's doing that part, and also have a 1 horsepower Bunnings purchased dust extractor, which is piped in underneath, and that leads to a exhaust here. So I'm capturing the dust in 2 areas, and it's absolutely superb. So I know it's running 2 vacuums, but I figure it's just working as it is, and I'm pretty happy with it. So this has been my latest acquisition. I did a bit of a swap and a trade and thing with built by Chris. He's given me a smaller jointer. This is a 6-inch Sherwood. I love it, and it's probably all I need for the activities of woodworking that I enjoy doing. As well as that, I've got a Shapak oscillating spindle sander. That gets you out of a lot of bother. And underneath here, I've got a Shapak sharpening stone station. And I'm not yet to use that, but I want to set that up soon and sharpen chisels and things like that. So moving along, I built just a shelf with a couple of brackets I bought from the hardware. Use scrap wood, always handy. I got this cabinet for free. It's got 3 massive drawers, and that houses my ongoing projects, things I make to sell, my cutting boards and that, so that's been handy. Take a look here. This is my large clamp rack. I built this years ago. I kept it real simple, and it's never let me down. I hold a good assortment of Bessey and Torcutter clamps in this, and as well as some other cheap ones. So good stuff to have. As you see, there's stickers everywhere. Sticker swaps are good fun. This is a cabinet I've got. I've yet to fill it up. I'm actually in the process of still doing the shop. I'm getting really close to finishing it, but so I've got a lot of space to utilise, and I will utilise it. This is one of the first things I bought, my Craig router table. Absolutely love it. It's one of the most important machines or tools I've got in my workshop. I recently modified it. I've got a stop here, and I made a drawer, which is a dust drawer, and this captures absolutely 99% of the dust. So I come along now and then and vacuum it up, clean it out, and it's done. As well as that, on this side I've got capability of putting some jigs, and on this side I've got some French cleat set up, just to home all my tools for doing adjustments and interchanging bits, which is great. This is a Sherwood drill press. It's one of those radio arm heads that you can't buy them anymore. I don't know why they took them out of stock, but I reckon they're absolutely fantastic. There's a 5-speed engine motor here, 5 cogs. There's not too many to worry about. I find in woodworking you don't have to be too fussy to be able to drill holes in the timber unless they're as hard as iron, but that's not going to happen too often. This has been a real doozy of a machine to use, and you can wind this all the way down. You can flip it up, so if you've got like a long type of section that you want to drill holes into, you can do that. The capabilities are amazing. It pivots around, and I built this purpose-built table. Some people don't like them, but I love it. This is a housing station for projects that are in progress. It's good to have that little table there. It holds quite a fair bit of stuff, and it helps you in the next process of what you're making. So as well as that, a couple of mobile carts. As you can see, these are all on casters, and the beauty of these is you can put all your things, move them around from machine to machine, and it works well. Another one here behind that. I knocked this one up in about, I don't know, 20 minutes. I originally made it to hold a painted tin, a tin of paint on top, and a couple of shelves. I knocked it together with pallet wood, and it served me really well. So here we have the 16-inch Sherwood bandsaw. It's magnificent. I have set up a resaw blade, and that's practically all it does. And you cut through logs and slabs and whatever you need to in very quickly. Great blade. I've got the blade from Timbercon. I'm not sure of the brand, but it does the job magnificent. So if we move on a little bit here, we take a look at this is a 14-inch Sherwood bandsaw. I got this for just doing profile cuts and things like that, and I tell you what, it's been a game changer. So it's a little bit lucky to have two bandsaws, but I tell you, it's something that you may consider over time to be able to afford, and you're not interchanging blades, and you know the amount of work you can do with one is not limited or subject to you know what blade sizes you're able to put on the bandsaw. So if we look around here, this is on the left, we've got screws and spare parts and things like that. There's a little Ryobi toolbox on top, not much in that at the moment. And next to that, here in the middle, that was inside our home. It was something that the missus didn't want in the house, and I thought, well, pigeonholes are always good. And as you can see, it houses most of my drills and other things. Recently built this clamp rack for the smaller clamps. It's been absolute godsend. Before that, clamps were everywhere, and it was a dog's brekkie. So also have another gimme here. I haven't finished. This is my great tool wall. I'm still finishing it off, so I'll show people later on another video. But another cupboard that was given to me, and inside that, we'll open that up and have a look. There's all my woodworking books and magazine subscriptions and all other stuff related to the fabulous hobby. So that's been really handy. I'm a big fan of having, if we can see all these signs, I love that stuff. It's just adds a lot of colour and character to your man cave workshop, and it's fantastic. So I'm wrapped with that. So I find it an integral part of a workshop to have a whiteboard, because I lose paper all the time. I'm able to just put down things here, ongoing projects, and that's great. Here's something I built years ago when I was attempting to make my first sort of holder for spices and things, and the missus gave it back to me, so it's handy for glue and other stuff. Over here I've got some hanging pliers, multi-grips, shifter, and also a metric and imperial sized ROE, ring open end spanner set. I leave them up there in the pouches because you can just grab them and walk away, because I'm a person who never picks the right size spanner to start with, so that's handy. Looking up, I just got a bit of PVC pipe here, and that's actually just holding in some dowels and some other trim, and also some threaded rod. Just a normal toolbox. I got this one from Aldi. It was quite cheap. I think it was about $300, around about that. And that houses a lot of my screws for Craig screws. Just some miscellaneous mallets, marking gauge, other stuff. Just general stuff, guillotine, cutting up stickers. So this is a 13-inch Sherwood thicknesser. It's a segmented spiral head. I did a review video on this a few years ago. Never let me down. I'm probably going to be selling this because I'm going to upgrade to a dedicated helical, whatever they're called, where you got the four sides on the carbide, and they give you a longer cut life as well as better quality finish cut. So I'm looking forward to getting that soon. And let's move on. So I've got a mix of blackwood and Murray pine, as well as some oaks and some other redwoods and things like that. Waiting for the next projects. We take a look up here. I've probably got predominantly Jarrah. That's old flooring, I think. And I have to use that in a project hopefully soon. But I think the centerpiece here is a table saw and outfeed table. This is something I built a few years ago as well. I've got a video on that if you're interested to have a look. Trying to be as practical, have everything stored in around the bench. Got a lot of lockdowns there and also miscellaneous type things, punches and that sort of gear there. We sneak over near just a couple of cubbies with more storage capacity. It's handy. So this is my little baby. It's a Bailey 10-inch cabinet saw, professional cabinet saw. It's got a big heavy duty fence on it. 3 horsepower. I love it. It's never let me down, and it's magnificent. It's got a 52-inch, or close to over a metre, around about that, as an outfeed table. I never use that capacity, but sometimes you nudge it a bit. Yeah, so basically that's how she looks. We have a bit of a pan around here. Things are falling into place quite nicely, and I'm pretty wrapped with the shop. I'm getting up to scratch. And table saw sled there. Alright guys, so that was a little bit of a unofficial type shop tour. I didn't think I'd do one this year. When I do get it finished, probably next year I'll shoot a better video about the whole setup finished and the workflow capacity of it as well. So thank you for watching. If you enjoy the content I make, subscribe if you like, and I appreciate all your support. So till the next time, hooroo.